What are you making for dinner tonight? How about a great recipe for sauteed chicken cutlets with herbs? The great thing about sauteing recipes is once you learn the technique, you can adapt it however you want. So today we're using chicken, tomorrow you might want to use turkey cutlets or pork or veal. The same technique will work for all of those, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First, what you want to do is season your chicken with salt and pepper on both sides. I'm going to use tongs in an effort not to touch the raw chicken. Let's see how that goes. Sometimes I forget and touch it. Anyway, and I have 8 chicken cutlets. These are the nice thin chicken cutlets that I got from the store. You can make your own chicken cutlets by cutting boneless chicken breast halves in half and then pounding them thin. I'm using coarse salt like I like to do because it spreads around really nicely and it's really easy to pick up between your fingers. And then when they're nice and seasoned, 1/4 cup of flour in a plate that's big enough to dredge the chicken. And then you want to just coat them nicely in flour. That's what I mean by dredge. Lightly coat and then shake off the excess. Both sides. Shake, back on your cutting board. I'm managing to keep my hands out of it this time. I'm pretty happy. The flour is great. It's going to help the browning of the chicken cutlets because these are really thin and they don't cook that long, and the flour helps to brown. And it also helps to thicken the sauce. So it serves 2 purposes here. I'm taking these and I'm taking this and I'm going to the stove. All right, here I come. My chicken down. I want to heat my pan. I like to start heating it a little bit early so that it starts getting nice and hot. You want an immediate sizzle when you add your chicken. A little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon. You're probably going to need to cook these in batches because you want them in a single layer in the pan. Don't try to cram them all in there. It will not be a pretty sight. In the pan, it's smoking hot. It's going to sizzle. These should only take about 1 to 2 minutes per side. But while they're cooking, you can get the rest of your ingredients ready, which is barely any ingredients. It's a little bit of herb and a little bit of butter and a little bit of wine. I'm going to need 3/4 cup of wine, so I'm just going to open that now. Nice dry wine. And now those babies are ready to turn. Let's turn them. See how they're just a little bit golden there? That's from the flour. That's what you're looking for. And then another 1 to 2 minutes and they'll be done. So I think these are ready to take out. They can be just slightly underdone because they're going to go back in with the sauce for a couple of seconds at the end and they'll finish cooking now. So take them out. Okay, now while this batch is cooking, I'm going to chop my herbs and get my butter ready. So 2 tablespoons of butter. It's not that much, but it adds a nice richness and helps thicken the sauce. And then 3 tablespoons of chopped herbs. You can use parsley or mint or a combination or cilantro, whatever you really want. I'm going to use parsley and mint. And then just chop it. It doesn't have to be too fine. The more elegant you want it, the finer you should chop it. It really helps if your herbs are dry and your knife is sharp. Then you get the best chop. But you want to make sure that you wash your herbs because they can be very gritty. So wash them and dry them really well. So the cutlets are ready to turn. Actually, take them out of the pan. I have 1 more batch. This is the last batch. So I have this on medium-high because I want the chicken to cook and get nice and brown, but I don't want the pan to burn because we're going to use those brown bits in the bottom of the pan to make our sauce. Get rid of this, straight to the dishwasher or into the sink. You caught me. It's gonna go in the dishwasher. Stop it. I'm turning the last bat, a couple more minutes, and we're gonna deglaze. So do you see that these brown bits are brown, but they're not burnt? That's exactly what you're looking for because you want them to taste delicious because they're going into your sauce. But add your wine right away. Isn't that insane? It calms down really quickly, but it is quite dramatic when you add the wine. That was 3/4 cup of wine, and you want to let it cook until it reduces by about half. That should take about 4 minutes, but sometimes if your pan's really hot, it might take less time. Deglazing is adding hot liquid to a hot pan and then stirring with a spoon to get any of the brown bits up from the bottom of the pan. It's reduced by half. So now you add your chicken back into the simmering liquid, and the flour that's left on the chicken is going to thicken the sauce. Shake it just a tiny bit. You turn to coat these. What you're getting is a nice sauce, but not a lot of sauce. Turn it off and then add your butter and your herbs. And then you just swirl it around to coat. So nice. Coats the chicken exactly the way you want. Not too much, not too little. And you can use this method for any cut of protein that you want. That's it. Can you believe it? Wasn't that easy? It's really elegant. It's really delicious. I'm going to plate it up and show you because it's so nice. Then just put all of your chicken on the platter. Make sure you turn each one to coat just very lightly in the sauce before you put it on the platter. And then don't leave all that sauce in the pan. Make sure that goes on top of your chicken. Isn't that beautiful? Doesn't that look delicious? I'm just going to take this into my office and go eat the whole thing. It turned into a chicken. Just kidding. Why don't you try making this tonight or some night soon and let me know what you think.